At its peak, Blockbuster had the chance to buy Netflix for $50 million. They laughed and walked away. Less than 20 years later, Netflix was worth hundreds of billions, and Blockbuster was almost completely gone. So how did America's biggest movie rental empire collapse so fast? This is the story of how Blockbuster rose from a single video store to a cultural icon, and how it failed to see the future standing right in front of it. More importantly, it's a warning about what happens when a company mistakes short-term success for long-term survival. Blockbuster began in 1985 in Dallas, Texas, founded by David Cook, a software entrepreneur. At the time, video rental stores were small, disorganized, and unreliable. Cook saw an opportunity to use technology to track inventory better and offer customers a wider selection of movies in clean, well-lit stores. His idea was simple but powerful. Make renting movies easy, consistent, and convenient. In the early days, Blockbuster struggled like most startups. Inventory was expensive, and competitors were everywhere. But the company had one major advantage. It scaled fast. Using data systems that were advanced for the time, Blockbuster knew which movies rented best and where to place new stores. This gave it a huge edge over mom-and-pop video shops. By the early 1990s, Blockbuster was expanding aggressively across the United States. In 1994, media giant Viacom acquired Blockbuster for around $8 billion, giving it massive financial backing and global reach. This deal pushed Blockbuster into hyper-growth mode. At its height in the late 1990s and early 2000s, Blockbuster operated over 9,000 stores worldwide. In the US alone, it became a weekend ritual. Families drove to Blockbuster on Friday nights, walked the aisles, and hoped the newest releases weren't already gone. The blue and yellow logo became a symbol of entertainment itself. Financially, the company looked unstoppable. Annual revenue crossed $5 billion. Blockbuster controlled roughly 40% of the US home video rental market. Millions of customers visited stores every week. Late fees alone generated hundreds of millions of dollars per year, becoming one of the company's most profitable income streams. And that was also the beginning of the end. In the late 1990s, a small startup entered the market with a completely different idea. Netflix didn't rely on physical stores. Instead, it mailed DVDs directly to customers and later introduced a subscription model with no late fees. At first, Blockbuster didn't see Netflix as a threat. From their perspective, a mail-based service felt slow, niche, and risky. Blockbuster's leadership was deeply tied to its store-based model. Physical locations generated foot traffic, impulse purchases, and late fees. Removing late fees meant removing a major source of profit. Shifting to online distribution meant admitting that their entire retail empire could become obsolete. In 2000, Netflix's founders approached Blockbuster with an offer to sell the company. Blockbuster declined. Internally, executives believed Netflix would never scale fast enough to matter. As broadband internet expanded and DVD players became common, consumer behavior started to change. People wanted convenience. They didn't want to drive to a store, find empty shelves, or worry about late fees. Netflix understood this shift early. Blockbuster resisted it. Blockbuster eventually launched its own online rental service, but it was late and conflicted. The company tried to protect its stores while competing with an online model at the same time. This internal contradiction slowed innovation and confused customers. By the mid-2000s, the numbers told a clear story. Blockbuster's revenue began to stagnate and then decline. Store traffic dropped year after year. Meanwhile, Netflix's subscriber count was growing rapidly. moving from millions to tens of millions of users. In 2007, Netflix introduced streaming. This was the true breaking point. Streaming eliminated physical media entirely. No stores, no mail, no waiting. Blockbuster had no serious streaming infrastructure and no unified digital strategy. Years of heavy investment in retail locations turned into a massive liability. Financial pressure mounted quickly. Debt increased. Store closures accelerated. By 2009, Blockbuster was losing hundreds of millions of dollars annually. Market share collapsed as Netflix and other digital platforms took over. In 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. At the time, it had fewer than 4,000 stores left, down from its peak. Most of those stores would soon close. An empire that once defined home entertainment was reduced to history. Today, Blockbuster no longer exists as a major company. Only one independently operated store remains, mostly as a cultural landmark rather than a business force. Netflix, meanwhile, is a global entertainment powerhouse producing its own content and shaping how the world consumes media. Blockbuster's story offers powerful lessons. First, market leadership does not protect you from disruption. Second, profitable systems can become dangerous when they prevent innovation. Third, ignoring changing consumer behavior is often more fatal than competition itself. And finally, adapting too late is often the same as not adapting at all. Blockbuster didn't fail because it lacked resources, brand power, or customers. It failed because it believed its past success guaranteed its future. In a world driven by technology and change, that belief can destroy even the biggest giants. The real question isn't why Blockbuster failed. The real question is which successful companies today are making the same mistake and don't realize it yet.